This is the ETBU Sportsnet Coaches Show. I'm Kenneth Klein, and the man with the smile on the face right there is Coach Erik Solberg of the ETBU women's soccer team. Coach Solberg, you had a couple of good matches last weekend. You started with Hendrix and then went to LeTourneau, so why don't you give us a recap of that?
Yeah, so Hendrix obviously, unfortunately, suffered our first loss of the season against the Warriors. Jeff Trimble's done a really good job up there. They kind of imposed their will on us physically, pretty much right away from the first whistle. We didn't quite know how to respond. They got a quick early goal. They scored from the outside and a little through ball. Then we let in a couple of other softer goals. I was a little bit disappointed with that. But overall, I think we were better than the scoreline indicated. And we had a goal disallowed. Heather Brady scored a goal that they ruled offside, which I didn't think it was. So, I think we're better than the scoreline indicated, and we played better than the scoreline indicated. But ultimately, full credit to Hendrix. That's a really good club up there, and they beat UTTyler earlier this week. So that's earlier this year, I should say. So that's a really good indication of what we're going to face as we play some of the better teams in conference. So it was a good test to kind of close our non-conference. Obviously disappointed to get the loss, but at the same point, definitely a learning experience for us and one that we're going to build off of. LeTourneau on Saturday, you can't say enough about it. We were excited for that game, ready all week. Anytime you play your rival, it's going to be a tough test for 90 minutes, and it took us a little bit longer this time. For the fourth time in 7 matches, we had to go to overtime. They really played pretty defensively. They scored a goal first. We kind of gave them the ball. One of our center backs literally played the ball right to one of their girls, and she hit it over the top of our keeper. So they had a 1-0 lead, and they were just kind of playing for that 1-0 result. We were fortunate. We never gave up, and I really felt comfortable, even though we weren't playing our best soccer. I felt comfortable we were always going to find a way to score. And just because of the situation we were in against Sul Ross, and so had a set piece in the last 10, 11 minutes of the match. Aaron Miller flighted a ball, the keeper, right to the keeper. She's kind of dropped it, and we were able to put it in the back of the net to make it 1-1. And then one thing I talked about pregame, and even again before that little break before overtime is there's nothing sweeter than celebrating on your rival's field. And we felt like really this is the time we're going to get the job done in overtime, and it didn't take us long. The ball fell to Aaron Miller, and she knew what to do with it and put it in the top of the net, and it was 2-1, a great result. Nothing better, again, than beating your rival. We didn't play our best soccer, but, good teams find a way to win, and we were able to do that. So I couldn't be more proud of how the team performed.
With that in mind, the challenges get tougher and tougher, as we all know. This Friday and Saturday, you'll be facing against Texas-Tyler and Ozarks. We'll start with Texas-Tyler on Friday. So any thoughts on that?
Yeah, Texas-Tyler is, they're one of the staples in our conference. They're an NCAA tournament team from last year. They maybe had a couple early season results, losing to Hendrix, losing 3-0 to Hardin Simmons that maybe they wish they could have back. They're a younger team this year than they've been in the past. They lost a lot of their scoring from last year, but they're still going to be an incredibly, incredibly difficult task. They're going to be a team that's fighting for the conference championship every year, and ultimately that's a team that we aspire to be in the future. And so this is going to be a really good test to see how we can perform. The best thing about it is we've got 4 days to prepare. And, anytime we get on the field, we expect to win and expect to have a chance to win. So we're going to manage the game that way. And we really feel good about our team and, hopefully putting them in uncomfortable positions that they're not comfortable playing in, maybe getting a goal on the counterattack or on a set piece and having a chance to win. But we definitely look forward to the challenge that it's going to be physically, mentally, and tactically to play a good veteran and experienced team like UTTyler, who, again, is, didn't lose a game in the conference season last year. So we expect a really good test. We're excited about it. We're excited to have them at home this year and really look forward to a tough 90 minutes.
Also, on Saturday, you will be facing off against Ozarks, another talented squad. So why don't you give us a preview of that?
Absolutely. The biggest challenge, I think, really for us is going to go from playing 90-plus minutes on Friday nights to having to go again and do it Saturday. This is the last year we're going to have to do that in conference, but it's the first time we've had to do it this year, so I'm not really sure how the girls are going to respond. We're going to have to manage the squad a little bit better than we have probably to this point. We've played a lot of girls a lot of minutes and may or may not be able to do that this week. We're a little bit banged up, so we got to get healthy as well. But I'm excited to play Ozarks. They're a team that had a good result against Sul Ross. They've already beat McMurray, so they're actually just ahead of us, 2 points ahead of us in the standings, but we do have a game in hand. So, again, if we're going to be the team that we want to be this year, that's a game we've got to have. And we really look forward to having them at home as well. And a really good test. Coach Natalie Dreyer's done a good job up there of getting that program turned around, and we expect, again, a good challenge. Nothing comes easy in the conference, but it's a game that we expect to come away with 3 points and move forward to our road trip the next week.
All right, Coach, thanks for talking to us on ETBU Sportsnet.
You betcha.